I don't know his name, but he goes by the channel Dare to Speak. We've been going back and forth at it for the last few weeks, maybe even last few months. Good-natured stuff. We've kept it cool. Well, it's high time for me to respond to one of his videos. We're going to have a little tug of war going on here. A battle of the wits. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With his powerful brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnnie Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnnie Walker Dread Show.
And away we go.
Hello everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I just wanted to let everyone know from my last video that I did concerning Kyle Rittenhouse, that short one about Gage Grosskreutz, when he said he regretted not shooting Kyle first. Now, there was someone that I debated with more than once, and he was like saying, this is pretty murky, and like, what does it mean? Now, I was going to respond to him, but I think it would be better if I responded not only from what I feel or what I'm trying to say from that one video, but also from this one person who made a comment, who made a very, very good point in my opinion.
Actually, the dude he's talking about is a moron, and frankly, I think his comment was stupid, but okay, that's my opinion.
He made a very good point, and I wanted to show it to all of you. Now, before I do that, I wanted to let everyone know what I meant by that video. It was because of the fact that after Kyle shot Joseph Rosenbaum, which was what this guy was saying, which kind of made sense to me, that when he was being chased, after rumor has it that he provoked just by being around there and then putting out the dumpster fire. I'm pretty sure he knew that the protesters would get very angry, so fucking angry that they will attack him.
So in other words, don't do the right thing because the bad people might attack you if you do.
Now, even if that wasn't his intention, let's say that wasn't his intention, he just wanted to put out the fire, he should have known that would provoke anger and they would actually chase him.
Okay, so here you are on a jury, right? And the person that is on trial, you know, is innocent. But you know what? If you find the person innocent, the bad people might go and burn the town down. So you know what? Doing the right thing and angering people makes you at fault. Don't do the right thing. If it angers people, let the church burn to the ground. Go ahead, convict the innocent. Because if you don't, you're to blame for anything that goes wrong. That's the lesson we're learning here. That's exactly what he's saying. Kyle should not have put out that dumpster fire because he should have known that he was going to anger people by doing so, and therefore it's his fault. And therefore, their response is his fault. This is called blaming the victim.
So, in a sense, if you want to look at it that way, it depends, because it's all, we could argue semantics all we want. But you could look at it that way, and then when he was being chased, he runs to the part of the parking lot where it's a lot of shade. There's not enough light, it was kind of dark. So, and then what I think that maybe, I'm not saying that this is what's really happening, but if someone was going to try to grab his gun, take his weapon away from him, don't you think it's easier to do it in a dark area in order to cause some confusion, so no one would really know exactly what happened?
Well, who's causing the confusion here? Is Rosenbaum the one that is causing the confusion, or Kyle? I'm a little confused, because it sounds like he's blaming Kyle for going to a dark area. But Kyle's not responsible for Rosenbaum's actions.
So he turns around and shoots him. But what actually, in my opinion, what provoked it was some stupid motherfucker, some stupid protester who took out a gun and shot in the air, or maybe he was shooting at Kyle.
Joshua Zeminski, I don't think he was shooting at Kyle. It's pretty clear, I think, that he was shooting in the air like an idiot. Joshua Zeminski, by the way, has a long criminal record. He comes off to me as a sovereign citizen type. He simply refuses to get driver's licenses. He doesn't get insurance for his car. He skips bail. He does everything in his power to just irritate the police. Joshua Zeminski is a vicious police hater. Okay, he's entitled to his opinion, but he also runs afoul of the law a lot. And in this case, I think he got Jojo Rosenbaum killed. His wife, by the way, is no better. She doesn't have the police record, but she is a fierce BLM agitator, very supportive of violence.
For, I don't know, for whatever the reason, whatever that kind of, maybe because of that. But this stupid fucking idiot took out a gun and shot. Now, whether he shot at Kyle or whether he shot in the air to scare somebody or to scare him, I don't know. And then at the same time, Joseph Rosenbaum was chasing Kyle. So there was a lot of confusion. He got paranoid. Of course, when he turned around, the first person he saw was Joseph Rosenbaum. Now,
the first person he saw was Joseph Rosenbaum because Joseph Rosenbaum was chasing him. This wasn't no accident. It wasn't like he just turned around and it just so happens that Jojo Rosenbaum was right there. No, Jojo Rosenbaum was chasing him. That's why he was the first person that Kyle saw when he turned around.
Now, at that moment, he must have felt that his life was in danger. And even if it was, the thing about it is, in my opinion, he provoked it. And what made it worse, what made it a whole lot worse, was that stupid fucking idiot who I forgot the guy's name right now, and I saw his picture of it. But
okay, so just to be clear here, he thinks that Kyle provoked it. And why did Kyle provoke it? He did the good thing by putting out a fire. So you see, if you do the good thing, you do the right thing, you're to blame if people don't like it. If people react angrily, whatever they do is your fault. So don't do the right thing. That innocent person on the stand, screw him. That church on fire, let it go. Don't do the right thing if it angers people. And think about the power you're giving these people. They can not only just tear shit up, they can prevent you from protecting the community. You should have let us run rampant over your town. It's your fault. This is called victim blaming.
You don't shoot a gun and get someone paranoid, especially if they have an AR-15. Come on, man. What the fuck?
Well, Joshua Zeminski's motives are not clear here. It may be that he doesn't really have one. He may have been totally stoned. Or on meth. This is the kind of person you're dealing with here. This is no Boy Scout.
And then, as he was actually shot, and then he called his friend Dominic Black, saying, "I just shot somebody." He runs down the street. Gage Goatscoach came up to him as he was running behind him, and said, "Hey, what happened? Did you shoot somebody?" And he says, "Yeah, I shot someone." He turned and looked at him as he was running. He says, "Yeah, I shot someone." "Hey, where are you going?" or something like that. Now, I don't remember that much of the recording, so I don't want to say he said this, he said that exactly, because I'm not going to get into what they exactly said, because I could be mistaken in certain words that were said. But he was being chased. Now, what he could have done, of course, when someone panics and this and that, because he knew that he pretty much fucked up.
Okay, so he's not going to say what Kyle exactly said that night. I'll tell you what Kyle said. He said he was going to the police. Let's not smooth over that. Kyle told Gage Grosskreutz, and it's on video, I'm going to the police. And guess who are right down the street? The police. Kyle is running towards them. And it's clear they're there because they have their red and blues on. And everybody there in town knows where the police are. It's a protest. Of course they know where the police are. You can't miss them. So it is clear to Gage, it is clear to everybody chasing Kyle that Kyle's trying to make it to the police. Gage and the rest of them are not going to let Kyle get there.
In a way, I could actually say, in a sense, it was not his fault, but in another sense, it was. What made it, or like I said, that idiot with a gun who shot at him or whatever, or shot in the air or whatever the case may be, pretty much made the situation worse. Now, when I was saying that in that video, the point that I was making was when he pulled out his gun to shoot Kyle, he did it because he felt that this guy was a serious threat.
Did you ask him? Is that what he told you?
He was a crazy guy with an AR-15. And then just when he put his hands up to surrender, after Anthony Huber tried to grab it, and he was very sloppy in doing it. He could have handled it. He lacked actual real combat skill and in disarming somebody. And I'm not trying to brag or talk shit, but I know what it's like to have somebody point a rifle at me and I disarm that person.
Yeah, not with a single point sling, you didn't. You can't take the gun off Kyle. It's on a sling. You can grab onto it and pull. It's not coming. And that was the mistake that Anthony Huber made and Gage Grosskreutz. You can't just grab the weapon and take it from their hands. Instead, they grabbed the barrel and pulled on the barrel towards them. Gee, I wonder what's going to happen when that happens. Well, ask Anthony Huber. Oh, yeah, you can't. Anthony's dead. No, you could still ask Gage. But the idea somehow that they could have just disarmed him is ridiculous. That's why they have single-point slings. It's designed to keep people from taking your weapon from you.
Because of my background in Taekwondo, Chinese Kung Fu when I was younger, and of course, I was skinnier and in much better shape. But the thing is, you don't forget it. You still have it up here. You don't forget it.
Well, I mean, what's the point of this? Yeah, Mike Tyson could have maybe knocked Kyle out and taken his gun from him. But unless you're Mike Tyson, what good does that do you? Yeah, maybe 20, 30 years ago, you could have taken Kyle out. But if you can't now, what good is that? Huber is no Superman, and neither is Gage Grosskreutz. So what's the point of all this? These tactics don't work, and if you haven't been trained in them. But frankly, they wouldn't have worked anyway. Again, you can't just simply take the rifle. You can take the bullet, but you can't take the rifle.
And I used my skill and I disarmed the person, which I later on found out that the rifle was not even loaded. Now Anthony Huber could have handled that better, but shit happens. He got shot in the chest. He died. Gage put up his hands, and then after knowing that he just shot somebody, he was thinking, I gotta shoot this guy. He's gonna kill somebody else. This crazy motherfucker's gonna start shooting at people. So he decided to make the mistake of trying to raise his gun to shoot him. He hesitated because he's not a murderer. He's not a criminal. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Despite his background of what he did, he may have made some mistakes or did some stupid things in the past. Okay, but I don't see him as, especially, him being part of some kind of group of terrorists or some stupid shit like that. Antifa or, he's part of the communist type group or whatever like that, giving these people a bad name. I mean,
I'm sorry, he is part of a radical revolutionary group. Doesn't make him a murderer, and I don't think that Gage Grosskreutz is a murderer, but we're doing a lot of psychoanalysis of a person that we have never met.
I'm not going to get into whether that's true or not. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But he made the mistake of hesitating. And it could have been wrong if he shot him, but it's understandable. I don't condone people shooting at people. I really don't. And of course, even in self-defense, there's a lot of factors you need to bear in mind. Was it justified? And if it was justified, you have to have remorse. You can't say good riddance to that motherfucker and this and that, like the way some people were saying about the people that Kyle actually shot. I made a point on that in a video that I said, in a video that was entitled "The Ethics of Taking Someone's Life."
Okay, you show remorse for shooting somebody, and you've got yourself a jail sentence. They will use that against you. So, Officer Williams, did the defendant say anything to you when you took him into custody? Yeah, he expressed regret over what he did. Oh, goodbye. You're done. If you truly feel that you were in the right and that you defended yourself, you have no need to show remorse. And if you do, you're writing your own jail sentence.
And it was strictly about guns. People who had guns, they needed to defend themselves. They feel that their life is in danger, and they don't have a criminal background. But it doesn't mean that some people cannot be mentally unstable. They could be mentally unstable and have full of hate. And I believe that Kyle Rittenhouse had enormous amount of hate towards the so-called communists or these commie, rioters and stuff like that.
Well, we don't see any evidence of it, and that's the problem. Let's take a look and see. He's walking around. He's calling out medic. On at least one occasion, he's helping a BLM protester. In interviews, he hasn't said anything that indicates he has any hostility at all towards BLM. Now, I don't think he aligns himself with BLM, and I think he kind of ridicules them. He kind of disagrees, maybe even vehemently, with their politics. But nothing he said that night indicates that he had any hatred for anyone that night. So if we're going to say Kyle Rittenhouse had a lot of hatred in his heart for BLM, I would have to ask, what's the evidence? Where is it? Because that's a pretty strong statement to make. So if we're going to make that kind of claim, I would need to know, where is this coming from?
So because of the mistake that he made of hesitating, because he didn't want to take someone's life, he got shot. That's what happened, in my opinion. That's what I honestly strongly believed. Now,
don't hesitate. You solve the problem. You either have justification or not. If you have the justification, you do it, and if you don't, you don't. Frankly, Gage Grosskreutz, you made the mistake of not just getting the hell out of there. But that's neither here nor there now.
You could argue that all you want. I mean, I'm not gonna get into a debate on whether or not what I just said makes sense. Now, I want you to take a look at this guy's response to what he believed, which made sense to me. And I said, and again, Gage, he made a mistake. He hesitated because he thought that Kyle was a serious threat, so he felt that he had to shoot him. But he hesitated and he fucked up. Now, to me, that's understandable. You get paranoid. There's so much chaos. People are shooting. You feel you need to shoot somebody to protect other people, for safety. But then you draw your weapon and then you hesitate. Should I do it? What if I get shot first? What if this happens? What if that happens? Any number of things. Now, I want everyone to know whether or not this makes sense to you.
Okay, so let's be clear on one matter. And I understand this is not his point. He's there just to simply protect Gage's name. People have been thrashing Gage around quite a bit, and I can understand somebody wanting to kind of stick up for him a little bit. Okay, fine. I don't have any problem with that myself. I don't know what Gage's intentions were, and I think it's unfair to read too much into them. However, Gage's motives, intentions, are irrelevant in terms of Kyle's innocence. Kyle's self-defense claim does not depend on Gage's intentions one iota. It makes no difference. And it's the same with Anthony Huber. It doesn't matter if Anthony Huber thought he was doing the right thing or not. All that matters is, did Kyle have a good reason to believe that he faced serious bodily injury or death? Doesn't matter why the person's attacking you. All that matters is, do I feel that I need to take action here to protect myself? And a lot of people just don't get this. They think that the motive of the attacker somehow makes a difference. Like, well, they were only trying to disarm Kyle. It makes no difference whatsoever. Self-defense claims don't care about the motive of the attacker. And if you disagree, you crack open Wisconsin statutes and show me anywhere where the motive of the attacker has any bearing whatsoever on a self-defense claim. Good luck.
This one YouTuber, I can't remember his name right now, but I have it. I'm going to show it to you now. Just tell me what you think. Okay, this is what was put on my notification. And I just want to show from the very beginning, Johnnie Walker Dredd. I debated with him before. So he asked me this question. And of course I responded and gave him the basic idea of what it meant.
Well, all it showed was Kyle crying. I have no idea what that means. He says this might happen again. Well, okay. What's your point? Are you going to be claiming that Kyle is going to get convicted? Are you saying that Kyle is going to have more charges lopped on? Are you saying that the feds are going to go after Kyle? What were you trying to say? That's all I asked. Just a kid crying. I have no idea what that means.
But I guess I wasn't all that clear, because he said this. And then this guy,
a moron, okay.
Can't say the name right there, but this is basically what he said right here.
Why say it loud and clear when you'll just pretzel yourself into believing what you already believe? Well, if I already believe it, then why do I have to pretzel myself into believing it? Drugs, don't do them. If the 20-something different instances that dissolve, or dissolve, I guess is the way he spelled it, Kyle's self-defense claim haven't sunk in, why would someone saying something differently do the trick for you? Oh, brother. Okay. Now you know why he's off my channel.
So if you want to take a look at what he said, this is what he responded, and this is what he actually pretty much explained.
From the onset, he made the decision to silently run like he's a submarine, letting his pursuer, nice spelling, follow until he got to low visibility. Then he killed him. Instead of just running down the witness-filled street, he was already, and shout, "Help, this guy's trying to kill me for no reason." That's right. He should have run to Joshua Zeminski. Joshua Zeminski was right there. Josh would have helped him. That's a great plan.
And there's the other part.
Why do you think this won't matter when he claims self-defense to the jury? Oh, for Christ's sake. Kyle doesn't have to claim anything to the jury. He's not going to take the stand. He doesn't have to prove self-defense. Self-defense is already in question here. Therefore, the prosecution has to prove it was not. Kyle will not take the stand. Why do you think the snowball effect, nice spelling, it's not affect, it's effect, of him killing a man running away without saying anything to the people keeping pace with him, and then killing another's man. A brilliant lawyer we got here. Oh, boy.
I think he's making a very good point.
Really? Oh,
in my
okay.
opinion,
Sure.
I think.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Why is it that nobody can just formulate a good legal argument for convicting Kyle? It's always predicated on this crap. Oh, he was walking around like he was a big man. Yeah, so what? There's nothing in the self-defense statutes that says anything about walking around like a big man. He thought he was an EMT. He told everybody he was an EMT. Yeah, so I looked in the Wisconsin statutes. I don't see anything in there about being an EMT. I would just like to see one good legal argument for saying he is guilty and he cannot claim self-defense because of blank. But I ain't going to get it. I mean, this idea somehow that they provoked people by doing the right thing, that's the worst argument I've ever heard.